Welcome everyone to a new episode of the Definitive Crusade. I'm your host as always, joining the machine Hughes, and joining me for this round of DC comic fun, we have Matthew. Matthew, how's it going?
It's going well. How about you, boss?
I'm all right, thanks, man. And we have a returning favourite, artist beware, the critic with the cynical look of art. It's Freya. Freya, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Hi, everyone. I'm looking a little different, so I actually have a face.
Woo! Excellent. So, Freya, how have you been doing? You've been off the pod for a while. You all taking a sabbatical from your studies? Yeah, you're back to the love of comics.
Yeah, I'm back for a bit. School's been kicking my ass because school sucks. Not really. I like school. But
yeah. So yeah.
No, it's just I'm happy to be on break right now.
School's a lot. School's
like so. Yeah, spring break. Some people call it Mexico. Some people talk about comics. What's that say about us? I have no idea. All right, the observant of us will realize that Josh isn't here, so that means I can put away this. This. Thank God for that. And then for the picks that some of you people have picked, I'm going to need some of this. So,
you know.
Well, luckily, you still give me drinks. So.
I didn't choose a Robin or a Jason Todd one this time, so you should be good without it.
Well, you say things like that, but really. All right.
No matter what I pick, it grinds your gears, and it just.
No, do whatever you pick. I mean, generally
just most
speaking,
of it.
No, I'm pretty good. I'm all right. I'm just, it's just kind of as it is. Right. So we're going to start off with a Black Label book. We're going to look at Batman Reptilian. Let me get some deets for you all so you can have a look at this. There you go. Ta-da! All right. So here we go. It's written by Garth Ennis, art and colors by Liam Sharp, letters by Rob Stein. Freya, ladies first. I think this was your choice, was it not?
Yes, it was. So I was actually really enjoying this book. Enjoying as much as I can. So, art style wise, I kind of like how macabre it is. Everything looks like it's like been splashed with rainwater and it's just bleeding all over the pages and panels. I kind of like that. I will say though, the outfits, I was enjoying it. I was enjoying the hair. I was enjoying the colors. That's usually what's good in like every book. Hard to screw colors up, but like I like the outline. I kind of like how Bruce is a douchebag a little bit. It's nice to see him not be goody Superman-y. But you get to the point where you meet Joker, and that's when my enjoyment of the art it kind of went weird. I don't remember what page it is. It's
I looked through this.
When all of it has like a panel with all of the villains.
All right. There you go.
Yeah, right there. That picture, that Joker. It's not so much Joker's design as it is just the jacket. All of a sudden, it looks like something that came out of MS Paint, and it's not good. It's just like, because you look at Ivy and everyone else behind them, and then you look at Joker and you went, what the hell happened with the art right here?
Yeah.
It's like his face is fine, but then his clothes, it just looks completely. It looks like that picture of was it Jesus where she ruined the art because she didn't know what she was doing, and now it just looks awful. I can't remember the art piece, but it kind of looks like that, like someone didn't know what they were doing and just ruined it. So yeah, sorry to the artist, but I don't know if he just, I don't know what's wrong with him. Like what happened? Because the jacket just is freaking atrocious. But yeah,
Nice.
other than
Me,
that,
for me, it's like the atrocious butt chin. It's just,
oh yeah, that.
Maybe John Travolta's the Joker.
oh,
But I'm used to Joker having that really chin, so I kind of gave it a pass. But yeah, its chin is very distracting too. Now that you look at it more, but then again, Penguin's nose is also very
Yeah.
interesting
What's that all about?
concept. So yeah, but yeah, overall, I don't know. I like dark things, so which is why Batman's my favorite. So I think I like it. I like the mob style of the art, the story. I'm giving. Why does Penguin look like a rat in that panel? Anyway, so he does. He looks
He's
like a
it's
rat.
the nose. It's the nose, man.
Rat man.
Rat
It doesn't
man.
help that the hair kind of looks like whiskers. Anyway, so yeah, I'm looking forward to the next issue. But I give books a couple issues before I really say that the story is not that good or not. Usually, unless it's completely. But this just seems like a nice setup. So,
All right. Okay. So, do you think the book's trying to be a little bit Arkham Asylum in the art style? You know, the Arkham Asylum Serious House on the Serious Earth book by Dave McKean?
I'm not so sure. Possibly. I mean, it does kind of. Yeah, I can see the vibe though, but I don't know. Possibly.
Cool shout. All right, Matthew, the Black Label books. Have you been reading these? Because we've had a whole host of them. The first one was Damned, and then we had the Harley book, which was by Stephen Seach, which was fantastic. Then we've had like a couple of others thrown into the mix. Is Black Label your vibe, or are you more of a straight up superhero kind of guy?
Depends on the story.
Good
Depends on the
answer.
story.
Good answer.
I wasn't a big fan of this. Just I wasn't. It looked like they tried to do like a Tim Burton-esque art style.
Okay.
And it just there were so many things that just threw me off. Penguin's nose, the Joker's face. I did like the clay face, artwork. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But the issue is called Batman Reptilian, and so far I haven't seen what may allude to that, unless it's like his personality.
You think he's snaky?
I don't know, but so far I don't know. I don't see why they called it Reptilian. Is there going to be like a Killer Croc issue? Like, is he going to be somehow the main villain behind all this, or something? I don't. Or is it Batman reflecting on his personality and him changing to be more of a cold-blooded kind of vigilante?
Wow.
So I don't.
That's deep.
And so I don't know exactly what route they're going with this. I wasn't a big fan of it, but to each their own. And kind of like what Freya said, the next issue that comes out may change my mind.
Mm-hmm. Well, just a thing at the very, very last page, when it says next issue painted, I think 31 or something, has all the picture of all the other villains. And Batman has the reptile eyes. The only villain who doesn't have X's on their face is Killer Croc. So I don't know if that's just a little, Easter or not, but or a hint, spoiler. But so I think it has to do with Killer Croc. But
yeah, I'm kind of on the. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking it's a Killer Croc thing down the line. Surely to God. All right. Okay. So for me. I like Garth Ennis's work back when he was on Detective Comics for a while. This isn't the first time he's worked on Bats, so I kind of like how he can bring like a dark, sort of like macabre style, horror tinged story to life. I'm not a big fan of Liam Sharp's art here. Liam Sharp, you may remember, was on the Batman Wonder Woman Brave and Bold miniseries a couple of years back.
Okay.
And he was also on the actual Wonder Woman book from the New 52, alternating issues with Nicholas Scott. So he's used to kind of I suppose, the stereotypical superhero style. For my sins, I'm a fan of that style. Sometimes people go a little bit too stylized. It just doesn't quite work. So, for example, this panel here, you can tell Freya's feeling rusty because she didn't pull up on this one.
Yes.
Maybe she'll get a swing back for the Wonder Woman book. I don't know.
You just wait.
But there's no way that Batman's legs are that long when his body is that short.
Right.
You know? You can see where his arm stops. Arms stop just below your waist when you stood up. All right, so the dude's got Naomi Campbell's legs.
Well, if you're going with height, you got to go to the panel where he's holding the guy off of the building.
Yeah,
he looks like he's like 10 feet tall compared to the guy. Like everyone's super short compared to Batman in this. Like all children.
Stilts are in. You know, they're the new Bat style.
Have you seen some cosplayers? They can do amazing things with stilts. Like
one of my good friends, he performs on stilts as part of what he does for a living. You know,
what you do for a living? Liam Sharp's Batman model.
Maybe. I'll shoot him that idea. I'd be like, hey, you should do this from now on.
Liam Sharp, he's a great artist, a great talent. I suppose one of the things I like about DC over Marvel at the minute is they are trying so many different art styles. We're going to see that, I think, predominantly in the Wonder Woman book as well when we start talking about that. They are trying different things. It's not just run-of-the-mill house style, which you sometimes get with the books from Migraine. So, you know, when you run the risk of doing different art styles, there are going to be people who don't like it, and there's going to be people who love it. For me, for the price point of the book, I wanted something more than just stuff that's alluded to. I actually want something to happen. I don't know. Has the Black Label lost its mystique a little bit now? I don't know. Frey, you're the Black Label fan. What do you think? Is it kind of the first one's kind of really been great, and then the next ones have kind of hit a plateau?
Yeah. I am a fan of the Batman Damn series, and I even have the issue that still has Bat Dick in it. So, but it's kind of feeling a little more PG-13 teenager trying to be edgy, with like, oh, we're gonna have sex scenes or something. Well, they kind of toned it down because the Bat Dick situation. They're like, oh no, we can't show Batman's dick, but we'll show tits and stuff like that. Which honestly, I always have an issue with, because if you want to see tits and stuff, that's fine, but you need to have the guys showing stuff too.
I've just had this exact conversation with my wife. We're watching. Where we are now, it's the Euros, a soccer tournament for European soccer or football, depending on your point of view. And my wife, looking at the crowd, was like, why is it blokes always take the shirts off when there's a bit of sun? I'm sick of looking at bare-chested blokes. And I'm like, well, the question is, why aren't the women taking their tops off?
Hey.
Yeah.
That's me.
Why
don't the men just take their pants off? Get a little sun everywhere.
If we're going to be completely honest, tits without bras a lot of them are sad looking. Like, I went to New Orleans and I got to see some tits, and they were the most sad looking tits I've ever seen because they sag, saggy sad tits. So
I love how on our DC comic book review we end up talking this tangent about titties.
I was going to say, that has got to be the best villain name for a Black Label book. Saggy sad tits.
Saggy sad.
But yeah, like you gotta remember also when if people are taking their shirts off, like, you're gonna get some sun damage too. So yeah. I'm all for it.
Bad name. Saggy sad tits and the underwires.
I'm happy to bring you guys shirts and things like this every time. But
Batman starts hunting down the new villain. I've got you now, sexy sad tits. You won't get away from me.
Wouldn't be the weirdest villain, honestly. It's Arsenal.
Where have
Oh
we
my God.
devolved to?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Moving on.
Yes, let's move on. All right, so Batman Reptilian kind of got a pass from Frey to see what's happening next issue. I'm a one and done kind of guy on that one. I'm kind of happy to let that one fade away into the sewers or obscurity or wherever the Reptilian's going to be. I think Matthew's joining me on that crusade. Right, next up is Matthew's choice.
That's mine. Yes,
Let me just get my beer.
Okay. I went with Woman, Black and Gold.
Hand fire! Don't be spoiling it.
Okay.
Let me get the book up for you for everyone.
Look, I'm just excited to move on with the conversation.
What, you don't want to talk about this anymore? Come on.
Oh no! Look! I'm just like a little schoolboy. I get really nervous.
That's a conversation for a different podcast, I think. Definitely. All right, so there we go. We have Wonder Woman, Black and Gold. Now, creator-wise, there's a fair few on this. So you've got you've got Mother's Daughter, written by AJ Mendez, art by Ming Doyle, lettered by Becca Carey. What Doesn't Kill You, written by Nadia Shamas, art by Morgan Beam and lettered by Ariana Mayer, who I'm beginning to think is one of my favorite letterers kicking around. I'm Ageless, written by John Arcudi, art by Ryan Suck, letters by Michael Heisler. Ironic considering the opening act of that storyline. Golden Age, written and illustrated by Amy Reeder, lettered by Gabriella Downey. And finally, The Wager, written and illustrated by Becky Cloonan and lettered by Pat Brosseau. Wow, that's quite a lot to go through.
Yes.
Whew. All right, so Matthew, take it away, sir.
So I went with this one specifically because it had so many short stories. It wasn't like a really long issue like most of the other books that came out this week that we had to choose from. They were just all really long. My attention span is not that long, and so I ended up losing interest in them. But this one, it was several different short stories. In the first one, it was Wonder Woman with her mom, and her mom's sick, and so Diana's coming to visit, just help her feel better, yada yada, and it's just super cute. It's adorable. It's the dynamic between the mother and daughter relationship. The first thing on the first page, Diana goes, "Mother, a word please," and her mom goes, "Adorable." And because Diana's wearing her teenage clothing, and it's really funny to see that dynamic. And she's like, that's not the word I was thinking of. Why are you out of bed? And then she actually makes a comment. We were talking about tits earlier. Her mom makes a comment. Yeah, it's like, fine, but you can't mention my bosom again. Oh, relax. I made that bosom. And Diana's like, stop, Mom. That adorable relationship all kids and parents have, where kids don't like to imagine anything about their parents, parents having sex or anything like that. They don't like that kind of idea. So it's really funny to see that dynamic, and it's adorable. The artwork itself, I thought for an instance when I first opened up the book that it was going to be like another Infinite Frontier, the Red Hood one, where it was all black and white.
The Future State Gotham book, yeah.
Yeah, and I thought I was going to be really disappointed in it. But with the accents of gold and the yellow colorations against the background, I actually find that incredibly enjoyable. Just these splashes of color that give solidity to the whole dynamic in the book and the artwork. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Not to mention they do this for each individual story that is included in this book. And so it maintains that, what's the word I'm looking for? It's consecutive. It's consistent.
All right. Okay. Just to point out, Matthew, this is part of the Black and series. So do you remember Batman Black and White?
Mm-hmm.
Guess what colors were used in there?
I don't know. Maybe
Black and white. Well
black
done.
and white. Yeah, let's go.
And with Harley, it's black and red, and Superman, it's red and blue. So you know, the accent, it's like an ongoing theme, as it were, for these types of books. So it's good. It's a good shout. I agree with you. I think the yellow, the gold really does kind of pack a bit more of a punch than like black and a gradient of black, which is pretty much Batman.
Right.
Good shout.
And like for instance, this where the magic circles on the ground. On that one, on the magic circles on the ground, you can see the coloration and the world effects because of the coloration. I love it. I love it. And this first story in particular is the reason I chose this book, because it's so adorable. It's just so cute because it's not like a superhero. They're fighting bad guys. It's like Diana taking care of her mother, and they get, they cuddle in bed, and then her mom wakes up and turns out Diana's sick, and so it proceeds to flop roles, and the mother's taking care of the daughter and trying to. It's super cute. It's super cute, and it's nice to see the change of pace from Wonder Woman, fighting, or any superhero just being a fighting comic book.
I suppose that's a good shout, actually, because I mean we are so used to superheroes being fight first, talk later. This is definitely a total sort of like change of pace on that. So, are you saying that this first story was your favorite?
Out of them, yes. I believe this first one was my favorite out of this little collection.
All right. Okay.
Not saying that the others aren't good. But just from me, I'm a man. I have testosterone. I'm a man. I go out and split my own wood. But that doesn't mean I enjoy the cute things in life.
What?
Look.
I did split your own wood. Better be like not a metaphor. You must actually please chop wood if that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
There's only so much I can take on a Sunday when we're recording. The idea of some bloke going out to split wood as a metaphor just pretty much isn't in there.
No.
All right. Okay, so this is your favorite one of the stories. Freya, do you want to pull it apart now, or do you want to wait till we do the next one as well?
We can do it story by story. I mean,
all right, then.
I have plenty to say.
That does not surprise me. Right, so Freya, what did you think of this one then?
All right, so I do agree that it's very cute. However,
I hate it.
So I'm going to say positives first. Okay. So I also agree. I do like the use of yellow and gold in this particular story. It's not overbearing. It's just nice highlighting. And now for the negative stuff. Okay. So
that's all the good I had to
so
say.
Basically, for long time followers of the show, that is the black and gold version of the colors are nice.
Colors are nice. So okay. Also, I do like. Okay, one other thing. I do like the lettering. So there's something I don't usually say. I do like the lettering. Okay, now that's over with. So I think this would have been more cuter if Diana was not a full-grown adult, because I don't know if I'm just a weirdo or something, but having a full-grown Diana acting like a teenager, it's a little bit cringy, in my opinion. Like, Mom, why are you saying that? Mom, don't talk to a child anymore, Mom.
She is a teenager compared to the rest of the Amazonians.
I know, but
Clark can stay late.
Still, it'd be like a freaking Mass Effect if Liara, because she's still technically a child, and sorry, she acts like a child, but you get to sleep with her.
Yeah, that's fair. See, I get that reference because I'm doing a Mass Effect playthrough on my Twitch channel.
Me too. Well, not a playthrough, but I'm almost
wait. What's this Mass Effect thing? What's this? What are you talking about?
You're old, Johnny. Don't worry about it.
It's a video game. You're too old to understand.
You're too old. It's fine. It's a video game.
He went from smiling to.
Oh, Johnny,
I
you
don't have-
missed me. You know you missed
Yeah,
me.
yeah. You're right. Fine, go on then.
But
Fine.
anyway, back to the story. It's just I thought it would be a lot cuter if she was actually, younger, because then what she was saying and stuff wouldn't be cringy to me. Because I just find an adult saying things like this a little bit cringy. If you think it's cute, that's good for you. Good on you. Like what you like. Do your thing. Also, the whole password. I'm sorry. The Amazonians all of a sudden getting Wi-Fi is also a little weird for me. And
Yeah,
that her
I will
Wi-Fi
admit
is
that-
like.
I will admit that did seem a little strange, but
Yeah. It took me.
the
It kind of
ancient
took me.
Greeks and their Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we got Wi-Fi, and my password is Diana loves it, baby girl or something 32 too. I'm like that. My parents wouldn't even do that with like their favorite child. Like no, it's like whose parent does that? Does their Wi-Fi after their favorite child? Yeah, I'm gonna name by Kevin 65 or something. No, it's ridiculous. And why would she need a password anyway? It's not like someone could steal her Wi-Fi. She's on Themyscira. Who's gonna steal it? She's the queen.
This pesky neighbors.
The gods are going
Right.
to steal it. The gods are going to use all the Wi-Fi, and man, when they download.
Brand new
good.
Apollo.
Yeah, seriously.
I have to pay an extra $65 because of you.
Yeah, and now I'm also imagining a trash person or trash man, Amazonian, because someone has to pick up the trash. 'cause it's a nice little things. So it's just I didn't like the mixture of the modern. Also, is Diana dating Clark Kent in this? Because why is he calling her?
It's I thought that. I was like, what's going on there? And
Yeah.
I wondered why on that page I'm looking at now, that bottom right corner, why does Diana's mum look like Princess Leia?
Yeah,
But
she does.
I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, and it's just Diana's face in page 7, 5 with like the pancakes. It's
Right.
I don't know. And she's looking like freaking Stallone in one of these panels. Where is it? It's the one where her mom's they're cuddling in bed. Also, that's another reason why I thought it was cringy and creepy. Would you cuddle as a grown adult with your parents in their bed?
I guess that's fair. No.
Yeah. I don't know who does that. I certainly as hell don't. Even if my parents are sick, I will give them a hug. I'm not getting in bed with them. That's weird.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
All right, okay.
Oh, it's a page before that she looks like Stallone, page 6, when they're cuddling in bed, and her mom also looks like older Leia.
Yeah.
She has Stallone's like profile. I'm sorry, she does. That's it. I'm done ripping this one apart. I'm sorry. It is cute, but I think a teenager.
The thing, and this is probably my vibe for the whole book, to be honest, is I get that Wonder Woman can be lots of different things to lots of different people, but if I'm buying a Wonder Woman book, I want to see Wonder Woman. I don't want to see cute. I don't want to see cuddly. I want to see Wonder Woman. I want to see her do the Wonder Woman things that we kind of know and love her for. That's why, for me, my favorite story was the Ryan Suk one. I say Suk, it could be Luke or Suk. Sorry if I pronounced your name. The art in this middle one. There you go. This is the one I'm liking. Look how good the art here is.
That one's my favorite.
Yeah, that was my favorite for the artwork.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you would expect from a Wonder Woman book. I mean, she's doing wondrous things. She looks great. She looks attractive. She's getting some sass on. There's fishnets in the background. I
will admit, fishnets.
Yeah,
So,
it also shows her love for humanity because she still goes and visits Mac's grave, even though it's been like 100 years or something since World War II. Nah, not 100 years yet, but it's getting there. She goes and visits him, so it's
right.
Cool.
Nice.
Cool. So, Matthew, this was your favorite for the art?
The artwork, especially. So, if you go back to the previous one,
What the previous?
Yeah, the
sorry.
previous one,
Sorry.
the one before Ageless, because
That one?
we skipped over this one.
There's a reason we skipped around this one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would never shut up about this one.
yeah. So it's definitely a lot heavier on the gold and yellow coloration.
Yeah.
It's definitely a
That's a good
lot
shout.
heavier with the backgrounds and all that. A lot heavier with it.
Mhm.
They draw. Oh my gosh, this one. Her legs are so thick. She has literal tree trunks of legs that do not match the rest of her body.
Yeah. She's
And
literally
it's,
shaped like a pear.
Yeah, and so that throws me off because it seems to be fan service-esque, but I digress from that. I'm not going to go into that tangent. But the whole artwork in this one was just it was
Your favorite.
It was not my favorite. It threw me for a loop because it wasn't exactly what I expected. It's not bad. It's not like a 10-year-old drew this book.
You think?
But maybe
No, more like a middle schooler.
maybe a 16-year-old drew this book.
I don't know. What age is middle school? You and your fancy terms.
Right. Right. But it's not what I was expected. Like I said, it's not bad. Wonder Woman's, face due to Cersei is facing things about her past. And Cersei's like, haha, I'll get you. You have to feel all the failure that you feel. And she's like, I feel it every day. You can never bring me down this way. And so it was not bad. I'll just leave it.
Okay.
Out of 1 out of 10, I'd give it a 5.
All right. Okay. So basically, so 2.5 out of 5 excellent. All right. So, Freya.
I'm apparently a lot nicer than Freya. So.
I am not nice at all.
Freya, sharpen your pencil, fire away.
So, second story. They overused the yellow. It's because it's no longer just a highlight. It's just in your face constantly. So it loses its charm. It's like with interior designing, you don't use the garish color for the entire room. It's just a highlight. You might have one wall, or you might have some, but it just feels like it's just way too much. Also, the artwork reminds me of the book Captain Underpants. That's the artwork that this really reminds me of.
Yes.
And that's why I said middle schooler, because the only kids that I know that like this type of art style are in like the kids who like Captain Underpants, and those are like elementary school, middle schoolers. And middle schoolers are the ones who are really, they start emulating what they like. So it also reminds me of some old Tumblr art back in the day. I guess when Tumblr was still kind of a thing. And that's not why I don't like it. It's just, I would rate it, since I'm thinking this is because this is a professional, it's in a book. They should know how to use colors better. They should know how to do proportions better, because like you said, her legs are like freaking turkey legs, like that you buy at the fair. They're massive compared to the rest of her body. And I agree, it could be a fan service thing, but the artwork's not good enough to be fan servicey, because for the people I know who like fan service, they actually like their characters to be attractive. So she is not attractive. I mean, some people might find her attractive, but some people are also furries, and some people are into animals. So, there's always something for someone.
My God. So
I'm all over the place. Sorry. So I would give the art a 2.
All right.
Because it's professional. I'm giving it a 2.
Is that 2 out of 10 or 2 out of 5?
2 out of 10. Because I am
5.
not very nice. And
all right, okay.
Yeah.
So
sorry.
No, that's fine. I think one of the things that and I mentioned it before, DC are trying different art styles. The fact that they're getting indie creators onto books like Wonder Woman and Black and Gold is so we get to see different iterations of the things that we're used to seeing. And the fan service element for me tends to be you've got a bunch of fans saying, I want change, let's have something different, I'm sick of looking at the same stuff. And then when they get something new to look at, you get a bunch of fans saying, why change it? I like the way it was. And you kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. Is this art style for me? God, no, not at all. you know. And I would say that if it was an indie book, not just a Wonder Woman book, this would not be my type of thing. But I understand that it is somebody's type of thing, and if you can get, you know, the artist some love by taking on a multimedia character like Wonder Woman, then go for it. I would just wish to try something a bit cleverer with the story. As much as I didn't like the first story that much for the cuteness, at least it was a different relationship. This is Wonder Woman versus Cersei again. You know, it's like, okay,
but with a different art style.
Yeah, so you know, and
if you look at Cersei, her legs are normal.
Well, it's funny because, and this is exactly the point I'm trying to make, I guess, because Matthew, you think the use of yellow and the gold in this second story is great because it adds more to it. Freya, you don't like it because it's too much.
I didn't say that about this one.
Do you not? Oh,
no.
You said you liked it? Yeah, I thought you said it was more yellow. No, sorry.
I said it was definitely used a lot more.
All right, okay, which is a fair observation. All right, okay. Sorry, my bad. Right.
Well, good. Just wanted to make that point across. I didn't say that. No.
I did not say that. That book was good. All right. Okay. So before we get into the last couple of the Wonder Woman books to go, we're going to take one of our adverts. Who should we go with? Freya, you can pick. You've got Old Timers, Crisis, or Flipside, or Jank Think Tank. Which one would be your choice?
Well, let's do Old Timers.
Old Timers, here it goes.
Yeah.
Do you want to find out what makes the professor do his happy dance? Check out the Old Timers Comic Book Show, only on the UCPN.
Yeah, I picked that just for the dance and the little jig.
The professor and his jig.
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh man, he's such a mover. There you go.
That is.
Mover. Yeah. All right. So we're still with Wonder Woman, Black and Gold. We're up to Ageless, which, as we've said, for me, this is the best part of the book. It has resonance in the history of Wonder Woman. It has the touches of the gold on there, not as prominent. Very much, it's more black than gold.
Right.
There are elements that creep up, as you can see on the panel there. And for me, it's just Ryan Sook's art reminds me a lot like Adam Hughes, and I liked the whole. Okay, that's Wayne's.
So
I like the whole idea that she's there and she's going back to see people. So you know, for me, this is touching on the emotional aspect of Wonder Woman. It's kind of like it's a heart and a soul rather than the action of it all.
So when I read these books, it was like 3 a.m. last night, so I could have been like, you know, not fully brain work. Brain not work so well at 3 a.m. So now that I'm reading through again, my opinions have started to change a bit.
Good call.
Yeah, my opinions have started to change a bit. This one is really good. I will keep with my original opinion on this one. Just the small splashes of gold and yellow are fantastic in this one. Yeah. This one's artwork is phenomenal. The coloration is phenomenal. You know, we see the scene with Diana crying. That wonderful facial expression, great lighting on that. The scene where it has the tomb with the rays of light coming down. That's how that yellow is supposed to be. Even if you look at her eyes are showing that faint reflection of the sunlight. Just that small little yellow glimpse. And that's
even the yellow on the boot on the top panel.
Yep.
You know?
It's beautifully done. Beautifully done. The story. So when I first read this and thought of the story, I thought, oh, they're just basically doing what the movie had done, and I just kind of skimmed through it. And now that I've taken a second to actually read through, I can agree with you. This one does a really good job on showing the heart of Wonder Woman, showing that she has a sense of humanity with her. So even though she is a superhero, she is based. She has that grounded mindset where she goes back and visits the grave of her fallen friends and comrades.
Spot on. Good shout. Okay, cool. Freya?
So, like I said, this one was my favorite. I agree. The art is beautiful. I didn't really see anything I can completely nitpick at. So,
right, next story then.
Yeah, that's for me. I couldn't make fun of the art. So, and also I agree. This is the proper way to use these colors, and these because it's just supposed to be this, highlight. It's not supposed to overpower the panel, and so they did that beautifully. I also like the transition from the old school Golden Age type outfit to the more modern one. I even liked her little conversation with Batman when Batman's being a dick because he kind of is with the Justice League from time to time. So I liked it. I like her age, going through time, and she still remembers her friends. It's good to see, even though I don't like Wonder Woman. It's nice to see what type of a person she is, and not just like, oh, she's a superhero. It actually shows what type of a human being she is. And that she does remember her friends and that she does care about them, even though she will live way well past everyone else. She'll still, take them. We're not like pets to her, like fleeting. Oh, I'll just have a new one later, Yeah.
For me, I will say this now, full disclosure. After the Ryan Sook part, I flipped through the rest of this and nothing compared, and I was like, "That's it, I'm done." So that's kind of where I'm at. Is there any highlights in the last two stories, Matthew?
So the next story does kind of the Golden Age Wonder Woman. People are trying to rob a bank. Wonder Woman's there to stop them. Once again, I think there's an overusage of the gold coloration, but then again, we're talking about a bank, and there's a lot of gold that the robber or the bank robbers are trying to steal. So I can understand why they chose to use so much of the color. And so it's not a bad issue. The next one's not a bad issue. It's not as good as the last one. It's a throwback to the old Golden Age Wonder Woman.
And you can see that in the art style. The art style is very much of that ilk, of that age. Cool. Freya, what did you think of Golden Age Wonder Woman?
I mean, I do think it was an overuse of the yellow because they were making even the building completely yellow, like the walls and stuff. So I think that was a little excessive. But they did do it in a bank where there's a lot of, I don't know what you talking.
I don't know what you two are talking about. My bank doesn't have a lot of gold.
Banks don't have any money.
At least my account at the bank doesn't have a lot of gold in it.
I mean, if they were robbing the U.S. Mint, maybe, or Fort Knox, which that would have been more entertaining, to be perfectly honest, if she stops a robbery at Fort Knox.
Right.
Because they have that place booby traps too. So.
Arm to the teeth.
Can we stop talking about boobies, please? Thanks.
No.
Booby trap with real boobies.
Now we know what saggy tits is going to try and steal. Excellent.
She's stealing from Fort Knox.
All right, last up is The Wager, written and drawn by Becky Cloonan. Freya, we'll go with you on this one. What did you think of this?
So once again, I think there is just too much yellow because even the word lettering is yellow in this one. So this one
consistently so.
Yeah, it goes yellow, then it's not yellow.
It's
not yellow. Also, I didn't know Diana was Jason in the Argonauts, so I didn't know she got the magical fleece. So that's a thing. So she's totally just. I was like, either they're I don't know why I fell for that whole thing. I'm like, you're not Jason. You're not your brother. Your brother did this shit, not you. But I didn't like the story. I just, it's just not for me, I guess. And cool. I think it was just, it's not even gold. It's just straight on yellow, I think was my main issue too. It's just straight yellow. I like her little sparkles at the end though.
Yeah. I think the reason they went with the white text versus yellow text to emphasize who was talking
All right, okay, that's a shout.
So during the flashback, whenever it's the guy talking, it's the white text, but whenever it's Diana giving this inner monologue, we can tell it's her because of the yellow coloration. I think that's why they did that choice, but I have to agree, not the gold choice. If they had went with a more subtle yellow or an even more gold of a color, it would be better. But this banana coloration is very vibrant and very just in your face.
Oh man,
it's just a little too vivid for this, in my opinion.
I think you'll find that the black and banana one is the Detective Chimp issue that's coming out.
Yeah. Black and banana Detective Chimp. That'd be yes.
I read that.
DC, make it a thing, please. And I will gladly voice whatever. If you do a cartoon, I'll voice Detective Chimp. I do an impressive monkey.
So there you go. You've got 3 purchases of a Detective Chimp black and bananas cover.
Yeah. But
oh jeez.
But overall, the last one, I'd give it a 5 out of 10 because it wasn't like a bad story. She was definitely weaving this tale in order to get this guy who's in for crimes of some sort to talk. And, Batman's like, that was quite a tale. Is it true? And Diana's like,
could be.
It could be. I've never told a lie. So
yeah.
That's when you call her on her shit and be like, you're lying.
Yeah. Lasso her. Get the lasso, audience.
Get the lasso.
All right. Okay. So I suppose here's the question then, and that's a dead quick answer for this one. Freya, I know you're not the world's biggest Wonder Woman fan in any shape, way, or form. Would this book make you want to buy a Wonder Woman comic?
No.
There's the phrase that we know and love. Excellent.
No, I mean, now if there was a book that was, that my favorite story, I just blanked on the title. I don't know what's wrong with me. But no, not with that starter of a story or the second story. Honestly, the only reason I got past the second story was because of the show. If I was just reading the book, that second story would have killed my entire interest in the book because it's just like everything else. I give comics 2 issues to catch my attention. I'll give you 1 to set it up, and then the second one, if it sucks, then I'm done. And I do the same thing with TV shows. I'll watch 2 episodes, and if it's boring up to the second episode, then I'm done. I'm not going to watch anymore.
That's why I've never gone through Death Note. I can't get past the first episode. It's just...
Yeah.
Well, we're addicted to Below Decks in my house, so what do I know, right?
Who knows?
Who knows? All right, last book up, and this was my shout. So it is the start of DC's summer event, and it's already started. It's Infinite Frontier, 1 of 6. You may remember we looked at Infinite Frontier 0 a little while back, where Darkseid was after the guys, the gods that had set up the world. So this story is, let me get the deets, where is it? Written by Joshua Williamson, art by Zamanco, sorry if I've said that wrong, colors by Romulo Fajardo. And DC, do something about this, please, because you need to credit letters. You do not know how much effort I had to put in to find out who the letter of this book was. And it's Tom Napolitano, all right? So everyone deserves credit, not just the writer and the artist. Sort your crap out. Credit the letterer. That said, so this is kind of the multiverse is real. Therefore, all the different heroes congregate to try and make sure that the multiverse stays in one place and one piece against all the various elements that are trying to destroy it, namely Darkseid. Alan Scott, Green Lantern, and Obsidian are on the way to meet Jade. There's an explosion. Jade goes missing. From there, we get a kind of a run through of where everybody is, minus Bats, apparently. until we get to the end and we see the Black Lanterns, all the Roy Harper Black Lanterns from Across the Multiverse turn up. So it's a big setup issue. So the question is, and we'll go with Freya before we go to Matt. Freya, is there enough in this issue to make you care about the multiverse and Infinite Frontier?
Well, multiverse, not so much. However, the Roy and the Black Lantern Roy, whatever. I am interested in that. I mean, it's at the very end, so thanks for ruining that surprise, Johnny, for everyone else. But why are you?
Books out. The book's out already.
Hashtag spoilers. Hashtag spoilers.
Hashtag spoilers. But why are you watching us? You know, we ruin books all the time. So, I mean, that's your own fault.
Especially since I'm blind.
Yeah. Oh, well, I haven't really seen you in action very much. So.
You mean you haven't been watching the episodes with me in it?
Well, I mean, I've been in school. I'm in school. Oh. You didn't watch all my episodes. Don't even. You didn't watch all my episodes.
You're right.
You did. You did. He turned around to me and said, if I'm coming on this show, I'm going to be the opposite of Freya. I'm going to like art. That's what he said.
You're going to like the artwork on this.
Okay. Well, I'm fine with being the little demon, so that's fine. But yeah, I like the Black Lanterns. That was one of my favorite runs, which I don't care if anyone agrees with me. I liked it. I liked seeing zombie versions of the superheroes. So I'm looking forward to that. It's kind of weird that it's just him. I kind of hope he goes to other Earths and picks up some of their dead characters, since it is a multiverse thing. So I want him to go to where Aquaman's dead and where Superman's dead, and that would be fun. But yeah, this book overall, I'm happy to see President Superman again. I like him. I think we should utilize him more. Because...
Question for you: Is President Superman? Is it supposed to be? I know they call him Calvin. So is it supposed to be Kal-El or is it supposed to be Val-Zod? Because in the Earth 2 book, there's a coloured African American, however you want to say it, Superman, and that's Val-Zod. So is this supposed to be that multiverse's version of Clark Kent, who goes by the name of Calvin? Because he's Calvin Kent. I'm not quite sure if it makes the distinction clear.
I think this one... Matters. Well, no, not really. But I think this one's supposed to be more of not a Clark Kent type of a situation and not Zor-El. But that's what I think. But like I said, they don't really use him very much. So
there's only
they should.
One.
I mean, they should, because he's his own character. I mean, and I'm all for representation if you're not, changing existing characters, because these characters can... I mean, no one's going to be as popular as a 90-year-old character that's been around forever. They have to build up a fan base. And I believe that these characters, will do well if they're their own original character and not taking an existing character and just changing their race. Honestly, I don't know. I'd feel upset if they, took a male character and then just made him female just because, whatever, and just changed their name. Be like, oh, this is, female Superman now. We're going to call her Kristen Kent, and, or something ridiculous. But, Calvin, I think, is different enough. I think, like I said, I like diversity when it's done properly and not just changing existing characters. Because I would be insulted if they're like, well, Hal Jordan is now female, and her name's Haley. And I'm like, just, because female characters do well by themselves. Black Panther did well. He's his own original character. Yeah, I mean, Blade's great. I freaking love Blade. And Spawn. Yeah. Give me a freaking Spawn movie, people, you freaking cowards.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Spawn movie. So.
I agree wholeheartedly. You can see this in the fact that nobody I know is talking about the next Batman in any shape, way, or form. Nobody's talking about it in the comic book shops. There's a couple near me. I asked them, how's that series going for you? 2 issues. That's all the stock. 2 issues. And yes, they've got reams of Batman on the books, on the shelves, and to go through it. I never see Bat books in the junk pile, in the for sale pile, But I bet you bottom dollar some of those future states, especially the next Batman ones. I've digressed a little bit.
Yeah, well, with that one, what they should have done is they should have made the new Batman Duke, because people know Duke. They just abandoned him again.
That's a shout.
And that's my main issue. I'm like, you create these characters and then you abandon them because they're not as popular as the 90-year-old characters. I'm like, of course they're not going to be that as popular. They're new. They need to build up a fan base. And the way to do that is to do good stories with them, with good character arcs. But you keep dropping them off in like let's put them on the shelf. They'll never get the fan base.
I mean, exactly.
Harley was new.
Jessica Cruz. What?
Yeah, Jessica
Cruz. How much did we love Jessica Cruz when she came out?
I loved her.
She was great.
Immensely. So you have to work with these characters. It's the same with Harley Quinn. She was new from the 90s. From the animated series, and freaking I hate her now because she's everywhere because everyone loves her. But yeah, she's super popular now, and that's because they stuck with her. They had her everywhere, and that's what you should do. They didn't make Joker female; they just made a new character.
Yeah,
so
that's a shout.
Anyway, that's my little rant. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Matthew, Infinite Frontier. What do you think? Was it a solid start for you?
I did like it. There were a few characters that I did not recognize.
Okay.
So the last time I picked up anything that was like like multiverse-esque style, the storyline was The Metal. And I didn't even finish the series, The Metal. I think I got halfway through it, and then I had to wait for the next issue, and I just kind of forgot to continue reading.
I tell you what, that's worse than me not buying it at all.
I did kind of, I had some things going on in my life. I was reading through it. When I say reading through it, I was listening to the Comic Storian, and his next episode hadn't been released, and so I just kind of got distracted with other things, and then forgot to go back and continue catching up or whatever. And so, when they threw Batman into this pod, I was like, different Batman, maybe it's Thomas Wayne, and it turned out to be Thomas Wayne. But I don't know why he's there. I don't know why he got sent. I don't know the setup to the story or anything. So picking up, not knowing anything, it's pretty good. But I didn't recognize that Green Lantern.
That's the original Green Lantern. That's Alan Scott.
Okay.
He's been around since the late 30s, early 40s. He's recently, probably in the last 5 years, 10 years or so, he's come out as gay, and he's been him and his son Obsidian, who's also gay, have been featured in a couple of one-off issues recently. They're in the DC Pride special.
I did recognize Obsidian from that.
Yeah, that we looked at. So, they're using that Pride story to bring the focus back on this character, so they can as a main part focus for this.
Right.
There you go.
And
cool.
So there were a lot of characters I did recognize. I just his style, specifically his costume style with the it didn't fit right, and so it threw me off. I was like, who is this guy? He's a Green Lantern. Maybe he's a new Green Lantern. I don't know. But then we see the reference to the metal in that top panel there with the Batman who laughs against whoever the other person is. I didn't recognize that. I didn't get that far in the series, so I don't know. Artwork, I like the artwork. And kind of like what Freya said, I'm interested to pick it up simply because of the Black Lanterns at the end, which I haven't seen since The Darkest Night. And I love The Darkest Night. That was great series. Great books. And so I'm interested to see where it picks up, why they're bringing different Roy Harper Black Lanterns together to fight whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
And the Flash has apparently reached a world that is like, what did he say it was like the Prime World or something? I don't remember.
Omega World.
Omega World, yeah.
Mhm.
So
The clue's in the title. You know who's going to live on the Omega World, don't you?
well, I saw a
Mhm.
Psycho Pirate. I saw a
Yeah.
Psycho Pirate. I don't know who. Well, Omega World, yeah.
So
I mean-
who has an Omega Blast?
It's Darkseid.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Isn't he on the cover too?
He is on the
Mhm.
cover.
He
too.
is on the cover.
Yeah, they really need to learn how to keep the reveals secret. You know, like,
Well,
oh, surprise! Darkseid's back, but we already told you.
Hey!
What?
To be fair, he was the end of the Infinite Frontier Zero, so you know he had a place to play
Right.
somewhere along the line. It's not like a massive secret. The Black Lantern's Roy Harper, that was a secret. That was well
Mhm.
done.
So I'm interested to see where this goes.
Yeah, I'm with you on this. I'm quite intrigued. I like the fact that apart from Thomas Wayne, there's no Bat involved, and I think the story feels better for it.
Oh, don't
so-
worry. We'll have like 60 Batman show up.
At the very end.
Yeah,
Oh,
they'll
the
just
worst
all
Batmans.
pop up.
God, I hope not. Because what's the point of having all these other characters? So I kind of like that. I like seeing the legacy, like the original characters like Alan Scott in there. You've got then the secondary characters like Obsidian, Jade's mentioned a lot of the time. I'm just hoping at the end of all this we get Power Girl back.
Hey, that'd be nice.
Yeah. With the boob window, please.
I was about to say we were talking about
With
tits a
the
lot this
boob
episode.
window.
We're talking a lot about.
I didn't bring her up. Johnny did. So.
Yeah, she's not
You do realize why her bust is so large, right?
Yes.
Okay. I thought that story, for those who are watching who don't know, she didn't have that big of a bust to begin with, and then the artist kept making them bigger and bigger and bigger just to see how big he can make them for the editor to notice. And I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah,
That's
so
funny.
yeah, the context is that Power Girl came out as in the 70s, so part of a women's lib movement that was kicking around back then. And I think it's Wally Wood was the artist at the time, and he kind of didn't like working on Power Girl, so he kind of was the guy that decided, I'm sick of writing all this pro-feminist stuff. I'm going to show them by making her boobs really big, and as they went bigger and bigger and bigger, and they kind of stayed that way. So there you go.
Isn't it
Well
kind
done,
of funny
Matthew.
that
Well done.
isn't it kind of funny that she was a feminist icon and now she's considered problematic?
Have you? Yeah. Have you
I
read?
love her. I mean, she wants to show the boobs, boob window. I honestly, if I was a superhero, I would wear like the most scantily skin tight stuff too, because we don't want that crap getting caught on things. You get sucked into a jet, like the Incredibles. You get your cape sucked into a jet engine and stuff.
Yeah.
You don't want flappy
No
stuff.
kids. No
Yeah, no
kids.
cape. No. So
All right. Okay. So already this show we have created a supervillain. We've created a new DC book.
Yes.
Detective Chimp, Black and Bananas, and we've started a petition of bring back Power Girl and the boob window.
Yes.
So there you go. Say what for a crusade? That's pretty definitive.
This pretty definitive for this crusade. Yes.
All right, excellent. Okay, so that's it. 3 books are all in the bag. Your choice. Go pick them up. They're out in the stores now. Freya, how long will you be joining us for? Will you be around in a couple of weeks?
yeah, I should be.
Hey.
I'm actually so I got through the hard stuff, so I might actually be able to come back if you guys want me to.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So
Hey, next time we may have the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, not the story.
Yeah.
Us four.
Don't be giving us any migraines for Christ's sakes. All right.
Oh my gosh, no. I mean,
Freya panicked. She was like, no.
Yeah.
no.
No.
I mean,
Marvel.
I didn't know. No, we're not Marvel, so.
Yeah. You're right.
I mean,
So-
I do have a cap shield in my room, but
Okay,
we're not
cool.
talking about them.
All right. So Don't forget to check out the UCPN for all your favorite shows, including Matthew.
The Jank Think Tank, where we talk about Magic the Gathering, favorite cards, combos, and deck techs. Come check us out.
Okay, don't forget to check out Outside the Panels. This next episode features an interview with Tony Fleeks, who's the writer of Image's Stray Dogs miniseries. That if you haven't bought it and read it yet, you have no soul.
You're right. I am part ginger, so.
And of course, the Old Timers Comic Book Show to see the Professor do his little jig. There you go. Cool. All right. So, as always, this is Johnny the Machine Hughes saying adios.
Bye.
Bye-bye.